Yo guys, Beast, back with some more beastly content. Today we are going to be doing a guide over in the tall grass, the end of the quest, beating the Monolith. Now, there is like a little prerequisite thing that will happen when you go into this Monolith, but for now, let me go ahead and explain to you. I have all tier 4 stuff. Some of my stuff has been calibrated to 4, some of it has not. My gun's about calibration 5, tier 4, and it is the purple SCR rifle. We do have ourselves about 2,000 ammo. We are also using feather legs or something like that. One of the craftable deviants will just drop the material for you to craft that. But feather leg allows you to do like a double jump sort of thing where you can glide a lot more, and it'll make this boss a lot easier, so I do suggest having that. I also have living armor in my inventory. As I've mentioned earlier, harvest seed obtainable from either the previous Monolith or the one, I think it's the one before Arachneism. That's obtainable from that. We also have about 30 of activators. We may be a little lower now, maybe 20 something. Regardless, you're going to need some activators. You're going to need some insanity gum like you should already have, and boiled water and food, of course. About 2,000 bullets should do you just fine. Let's go ahead and start this cutscene here. I'm just going to let the cutscene play real quick, and I'll see you when we're in the fight. Alrighty guys, battle has begun. So first things first, you want to jump off that ledge and jump down here to Hellhound, who can be a nightmare at some points. He's like the top second hardest boss. This is going to be a solo clear of this, so I'm going to be showing you how to clear him solely. The main thing is just jumping out of the way of his attacks, making sure he doesn't hit you with them. He doesn't really do that much damage when you have tier 4 armor, but do not go in here with anything under tier 4 armor. It can be all blue tier 4 armor, but please have yourself some tier 4 armor, and have yourselves at least a tier 4 gun. Because if you do not, well, you're going to have some troubles here. It is going to be difficult. It is already difficult. This did take me like 5 tries to finally beat this guy on solo. I am hoping to clear the Leah Lab Monolith next on solo. I do plan on beating all of the Monoliths solo. I would like to be able to beat the main story without having to team up with a single other player, so that anybody can beat the main story if you follow my guides. As you can see though, the main beginning round is just damage. You just gotta damage him enough to where he'll be damaged to go into the shield phase. We will be talking about the shield phase in a minute. We'll also mention the 2 doors on the field there are teleporters. If you can use them right, you can teleport out of the way of some of his attacks, and you can use them to avoid him or get away from him quicker. Really, I didn't use the teleport doors too much, and another thing to note is adrenaline shot wise, you only have 1 free adrenaline shot. 2 other ones are going to be used for a guaranteed death almost. I'm thinking you're supposed to use the portals to like avoid dying, but I could not for the life of me ever avoid those super massive attacks that damage the entire ground, which you will be seeing here in just a bit. Now what you see us doing here though is just damaging the boss. As you've seen, it said this shield is active. There's a mouth on each side of the Hellhound. Once you destroy both of those mouths, he will be able to take damage again. It doesn't take much to destroy the mouth. You've just got to be able to reach the other sided one. Also, these flying orb things, if you see them and you're in a good position to go ahead and shoot those down, you might want to shoot those down, because they do shoot like laser beam things. And as you can see there's that attack I'm talking about, that guaranteed adrenaline shot use. Unless you somehow figure out how to use the portals, or maybe there's like a damage effect area, and if you're far enough away from him, it doesn't kill you or something. I'm not quite sure on that. There's his laser beam attack, and that's featherweight legs or whatever, feather legs coming in handy there. keeping us above the guy a little bit, you know, where his laser beam won't hit us. He's still able to do damage, but the main thing is just to run away from him. He also does this vacuum move at certain points where he'll try and pull you into him. Just try and pull away from the vacuum as much as you can. Don't let him pull you all the way in. And as you can see there, he has that charging thing there, so you may want to stop trying to shoot him if he does start charging at you, because you need to take every second you have to get the heck out of his way, because that charge does do a decent amount of damage, and I have had to use an adrenaline shot before due to that charge. However, like I said, you only get one free adrenaline charge in this. So if you use more than one adrenaline charge, either you've got to figure out how to avoid that damage everywhere mechanic, which I don't even know if it's possible to avoid. I think you might just literally be forced to use 2 rift adrenaline shots in this battle no matter what, because of his ball move where he turns into a giant ball. We should see it here in a bit. And he turns into a giant ball and he ground slams the thing and it damages everywhere. I'm thinking maybe going through the portals you can avoid the damage, but I've never been able to pull it off successfully. And as you can see here, he's doing the vacuum move here again. He's not the hardest boss, and honestly, for a boss that you can go in with one single weapon and not have to use anything special like a sniper like the previous one, the Arachnism one, it's not really that he's hard, it's just all about dodging his attacks and making sure you don't get hit with more than one attack, because more than one attack from this guy is going to cause you to use an adrenaline shot, and like I said, you're going to have to use 2 adrenaline shots. Towards the end of the boss battle, I had 1 extra adrenaline shot, and I did finally take it to where I was like, okay, I'm going to pump as much damage into him before he kills me, and then I'm going to use my adrenaline shot, and we just got to melt this guy before he kills us again, otherwise we're going to lose. And that's happened to me before. I've gotten right at the end of the battle and then died, and no more adrenaline shots left. You can't do anything. I wish while you were in like this down state you could still shoot your weapon or something, because there's been many times where I think 60 seconds would have been long enough for me to go in and shoot the bad guy that had killed me and, you know, actually receive a victory. But this isn't Borderlands, so it's not like that. But as you can see here, we are being attacked once again. He did that charge attack, he hit us, but he did hardly any damage at that point. That one was really, really low. The boss health is down quite a bit. This, I do believe we are past all mechanics. We've shot his mouth as many times as we needed to. He's done all his ground pounds, though he may do one more. All we have to do now is damage him as quick as possible. As you can see there, he's doing the slashing move, and we are just having an absolute time with this boss. We only have 1 adrenaline shot left at this point. Like I said, you only get 1 adrenaline shot usage outside of the Grand Slam that he's going to do. He didn't do one that time, and he just tried the charge there, but as you can see, as long as you're moving when he goes to do the charge, you can usually get away from it. And then see, he has the charge there. Those crystals are also explosive. They can damage you. So, just a couple other things to keep in note there. We are almost done with this guy, though. We have almost beat him now. We are low on health at this point. We are going to have to get some activators used very soon. Alrighty, and as you can see there, so close to death. We just got to keep shooting him and he will be done for. He's alright, and then see, this is what I was talking about, how we had 1 extra rift left over and there's only a little bitty bit of HP there. We went ahead and just kind of let him kill us here. And then we got up, we have 0 rifts left. Like I said, you only get 1 adrenaline shot, so if you waste your adrenaline shot, then do not die ever again besides the 2 guaranteed deaths. But he is just so close here, just another magazine or 2 and he will be done for. It was close, it really would have sucked to die here. And like I said, I have died here before, getting the boss down to this low. That's why we're challenging this at level 43. That's something else I mentioned. You may be having a harder time if you're challenging this at like level 35. I wouldn't suggest doing that. I have a farm link down below that is an XP farm for the Tallgrass Inn area. That is just a super duper easy XP farm. You don't have to do anything really. You just have to go in and kill a bunch of enemies over and over until you're the level you want to be, and it also levels up your battle pass quite a bit up until you reach a certain level. And then there's a new area to go to, which I will be covering in a future video in the Red Sands. That is also a wonderful, wonderful XP farm. But as you can see here, here is the rewards for finally beating this guy. This guy is down. There is only 1 great one left to beat. I do believe we're just at about the end of the video, so I am going to go ahead and get out of here. Go ahead and leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and keep it beast mode.